I will be sure what kind of interview question you are going to expect and what kind of question you can ask to recruiter and hiring manager to make you stand out from this process. Hi, if you are new to my channel, my name is Minjun. I'm currently a UX designer. Over the past 5 years, I have been interviewing with hundreds of companies and successfully landed multiple job offers from Microsoft, Amazon, Meta. I made tons of mistakes during this interview process. I really want to share my lessons, tips, strategy with you to help you go through this challenging process. Please subscribe my channel to help me grow into 1,000 subscribers. Let's jump into the episode 1, the typical interview process. You will have 3 rounds of the interview. First, recruiter phone call. Second round will be hiring manager interview. The third one will be the final on-site interview. However, some of the larger companies, they don't follow this kind of process. For example, if you are interviewing with Meta, after the first round of recruiter call, the second round will be an hour-long portfolio presentation plus an hour-long app critique. And the other example is Amazon. If you go through the recruiter call and the second round of hiring manager conversation, you might also have the third round of interview with one of the senior designer on the team. You present one of your projects during this kind of 45 minutes to an hour-long conversation with the senior designer. For today's video, we will be focusing on the first round recruiter phone call and second round hiring manager call. Let's talk about the recruiter call. So usually it will be 15 to 30 minute phone call. So the first question will definitely be, tell me about yourself. What is your work background and how did you get into UX design? And what kind of project are you working on? They might also ask you to briefly walk through your recent or past work. What does your design process look like? And what kind of design tool are you using? What are you looking for in your next job opportunity? Why are you interested in my company? And why are you interested in this particular role? And the recruiter might also ask you a question about what is your interview stage. Are you currently interviewing with other companies? If you already got the offer from one of the company, be sure to share this information with your recruiter. By doing that, your recruiter will help you speed up with this process. Aside from asking all these questions, they also want to make you very excited about this opportunity by sharing more about the company culture and design cultures. And you are also given the opportunity to ask them questions. There's a couple typical questions you can ask your recruiter. The overall interview process look like. The general question about what is the expectation of this role and what is the overall company culture look like and what is the design team structure. By the end of this phone call, the recruiter will say,
okay, I'm taking all the notes and I will share all your information to the hiring manager.
A few moments later.
If you get a chance to meet with your hiring manager, ask your recruiter some follow-up questions before you get into your second round. The most important question is, who am I going to interview with? Because your hiring manager could be a design manager, product manager, VP of design, or even VP of products. You need to understand who they are and what is their job title. You can also ask your recruiter question about what do I expect about my next interview. Are they going to ask me only a few behavioral questions, or it will be a portfolio presentations? Different companies have different process for the second round of the hiring manager interviews. Please ask your recruiter. They are here to help you succeed during this interview process. It will be 45 to 60 minutes, either the phone call or video call with your manager. Here are typical questions your hiring manager might ask you. First one is the portfolio presentations. You are going to work through one project. They might ask you, what would you do differently for this project and what is your design process? You can either screen share with your online portfolio or you can have a portfolio presentation ready to share.
I love using my portfolio presentation decks. In this way, I can better structure and tailor my case study.
What is the most exciting or challenging project? Why this project makes you very excited? Why this project was very challenging or difficult? Who was the most difficult stakeholder during this kind of process? Because the hiring manager wants to understand how well you are going to work with with the cross-functional partner, you need to prepare the example about how did you deal with the conflict, disagreements with your cross-functional partner. Where do you see yourself as a designer in the next 3 to 5 years? They want to understand what is your long-term career goal and how they can help you grow into the next level. What kind of question you can ask to your hiring manager? If you ask good question during this process, it will really help you stand out from other candidates. What is the expectation of this role? What is the persona of the ideal candidates? For the design team related question, you can ask, what is the overall structure of this design team? Like how many designer, UX writer, UX researcher, how does the design team work together? What is the current UX design process? You can also ask questions about cross-functional team communication and collaborations. How designers work with other cross-functional teams? What does the planning process look like at these companies? And you can also ask, what is the career growth opportunities? What is the design career path if you keep growing as an IC designer? What kind of learning and mentoring opportunities? It's really important for you to understand what is their management styles. How are they currently managing these IC designer? How many IC designer on per team? How do you think about the design team can improve? What was the most challenging project you have worked on? Asking this question can help you better understand the design team process, and maybe you will be discovering some potential red flag. You can taking this opportunity to understand their expectation, gather the information about the teams and the people you might work closely with in the future. This is an opportunity for you to determine if this particular position is the right fit for you. You should always be thinking about how this kind of conversation help you set up success in your next round of interview. The last bonus I want to talk about, do your own research about this company, about this particular design team, about this role, about the hiring managers, and everyone you are going to meet during this interview process. You can go into the company official website to see any kind of updated information, any kind of recent project they just launched. At design team level, like some design team, they do have their external website to share information about their process. The other way is to check if they have any Medium account. They will share how they approach a particular UX design challenge. For the UX design role, I think the best research is about going back to the initial job description, highlight the UX design keyword on these job descriptions, and think about how you can tailor your project's portfolio presentation and your story based on this keyword. And the last thing is do the research to understand who you are going to meeting with during the interview process. LinkedIn is definitely the best resource. Think about who you are as a designer. What is your strengths and opportunity areas? What is your unique superpower can make you stand out? In my next episode, I will be talking about on-site interview, whiteboard design challenge, and app critique. So if you haven't subscribed my channel, please do it right now, and see you next time.